Nowadays, climate change problem has become serious in the world. Global warming is at a rising trend and water levels are also increasing. Some impacts include prolonged heat waves in North America and in Europe, massive wildfire in California and in Athens, Greece, debilitating droughts ever seen in New South Wales in Australia, and an increase in rainfall causing massive floods in Kerala, India. 2018 had been seen as a spate of destructive extreme weather worldwide. That's why we would like to talk about Sustainable Goal 13, that is climate action.
SDG13 focuses on preventing climate and mitigating its current impacts. The goal involves integrating climate change measures, international policies, strategies, and planning, including education, and requires actions over local, national, and international scale.
Well, there's no exception for climate problem in Singapore, where increased temperatures due to urban heat island negatively affects the thermal comfort of residents. Urban heat island effect means an urban area gets significantly warmer than its surrounding rural areas due to human activities. 13 out of the past 15 years have been the warmest in Singapore's historical record since 1929. Singapore is heating up twice as fast as the rest of the world, at 0.25 degrees Celsius per decade. And the temperature is getting higher, and the estimated maximum daily temperatures could reach 35 to 37 degrees Celsius by year 2100. Even worse, Singapore is surrounded by sea with high humidity. The combination of extremely heat and high humidity may lead to more occurrence of heat stress and discomfort among the elderly and sick, even be lethal. Singapore is situated in a region where vector-borne diseases are endemic, and most cases of vector-borne diseases, like dengue, are observed during warmer periods of the year. Due to urban heat island effect, the number of dengue cases recorded in the first half of 2019 has surpassed the total number of cases in 2018, seriously affecting people's lives. Recently, warning of dengue fever can be found everywhere, and the number of dengue cases still keep increasing. In addition, urban heat island effect also causes extreme weather events, such as flooding. In 2018, thundery showers caused flash floods in several parts of Singapore, which cannot be ignored. To get to know the temperature difference caused by urban heat island effect, my friend Yash and I will do a test to measure the temperature between downtown and rural part of Singapore. Let's do a test for easy understanding. I'm now in Orchard Road, the downtown of Singapore. It's a business center which is surrounded by all high buildings. Now it's 6:40. Let's see what's the temperature here. As we can see, it's 31 degrees Celsius. However, my friend Yash is now in Kampong, the rural part of Singapore. Let's see what happens there.
Hi everyone, good evening. We are at Kampong Lorong Bangkok. This is one of the last surviving village in Singapore. It was built in 1956. So let's explore. The Kampong here itself is fairly sparse with a large planting area, and the weather here is really comfortable, and it's quite good over here right now. Let's see what the temperature here is right now. So we can just check in the weather app. As we can see, it's 27 degree right now, and it's quite good, and it's quite good temperature over here. With less of vehicles out here and more of plantation throughout this kampong, the air quality over here is quite fresh, and some of the reasons why this kampong is more cooler is water, because the water here is more in this vegetated rural area, and the vegetation transmission is through spores, and the transpiration, that is the evaporation of water, in this soil helps the air get more cooler over here by absorbing the heat from the land. And the one more reason for the is the rainfall. The rainfall soaks into the rural soils, while we could just see the urban areas where water runs off through the storm drains and everywhere.
There are many reasons leading to urban heat island effect, such as heat of urbanization, heat from the road, and the overuse of air conditioners.
We are here in Raffles Place. So due to urbanization, as we can see, the vegetation is gradually reduced by asphalt, concrete for roads, for buildings and other structures, causing the urban heat island. This is one of the main reasons. So what happens is the asphalt and concrete for roads absorbs the sun heat rather than reflecting it, which causes the surface temperature to rise. And another thing we can see over here is the tall buildings, and as we could see, the narrow streets over here, which traps the heat from afternoon, and it prevents the airflow, which causes the heat from not escaping in the afternoon and keeping the temperatures warmer overnight. So as we know, there are many buildings in urban areas where you could find a darker surface. So one of the example is here. There is the La Sela College of Arts. As you can see, the entire building has a dark surface. So this dark surface absorbs more light energy and make the entire building more warmer. And additionally, we can also see the bricks and walls, and also the roof. It's coated with dark coating, so it helps to heat up quickly. And in both the instances, the heat is transferred both inside the structure, and it is also radiated into the surrounding air.
Another cause for the heat buildup is anthropogenic heat, which is discharged from air conditioners. The energy consumption of air conditioners is closely related to the climate of the city. The heat emitted by the air conditioners will induce a rise in the ambient air temperature, which will increase the energy consumption of air conditioners.
We cannot stop developing the city, and neither for us would leave the urban heat island effect problems alone. So, how do we make things right? A strategy calling Singapore was launched by the teams from Singapore ETH Center, Smart Town Create, and NUS in 2017, with the aim at reducing urban heat island effect in Singapore and bringing benefits for livability. It suggests that some actions can be done for keeping Singapore cooler. Now I'm at Chinatown. This is Park Rural Hotel. We can see the green roofs and vertical greenery in the building. First, the green roofs allow for the reduction of the urban heat accumulations by lowering the temperature. Plants can also prevent sunlight from heating up buildings. Second, the vertical greenery will reduce the energy consumption for cooling. Moreover, it can make the pedestrians feel more comfortable by the reduction of the nearby air temperature. It's very important to lead heat release into a well-ventilated area because we rely so much on air conditioners. In this way, it will decrease the urban heat island effect by way of reducing the concentrations of heat within a small area. Now I'm standing here in front of 5-year-old residential block in Singapore. This new development has already adopted this method of placing air conditioners compressors at well-ventilated areas. Government aware that building design process needs to include the provision of well-ventilated areas for the heat release of air conditioning units.
Besides Singapore, all other countries is experiencing drastic effect of climate change. The annual average economic loss from climate-related disaster are in hundreds of billions of dollars. SDG13 takes action to combat climate and its impact. Climate change is affecting every country, everyone, and every continent. It is urgent and it is still possible to take actions in view to hold climate change using wide era of technological measures, and last but it's most important by change in behaviors.